Hey guys, how's it going? I've had this weighing on my mind a little bit and I haven't made a speaker recording for a while, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on COVID and the vaccine and everything. And I just want to get it out of the way that I think that when a vaccine becomes available to me, will I take it? Yes, I think I will. And I'll go into a lot of my thoughts on that. But first of all, I'm not a futurist. I don't believe in the mark of the beast in the sense that a lot of people do. I don't think that taking the vaccine is taking the mark of the beast. Like I said, I don't even believe in the mark of the beast, like in the sense that people do. Because I see Revelation as kind of like an allegory and a lot different than most people. But anyway, somebody asked me, would I take a vaccine if it had like microchips in it or whatever? That's a little bit more worrisome. And so some of my thoughts about taking the vaccine are, I'm not really worried about whether I would get COVID or not so much anymore, now that I've known people that have had it and it seems like it's not such a big deal. But for where I work at Walmart, I'm not certain that they might enforce their associates to take the vaccine, whether that's right or wrong. And, if they did do that, then people would say, well, you should just quit. And, I could, but is it worth that? For me to quit the job I've been working for a while, which I don't plan on staying at Walmart forever anyway, probably. But, and besides my place of work, and not just Walmart, maybe every place will. Maybe lots of places will. And, that might not be right. I don't believe in forcing people to take it, and I am not upset at people who don't want to take it, because I think there's always room for questions to be asked. I know there can always be bad side effects, and, I'm not against people who are against vaccines. But I'm not particularly one of those people myself. But I do think that it's all open for discussion. I think that, so like I said, whether my workplace enforces it or not, and other workplaces might, I've also heard of airports enforcing it for people to travel. And traveling is kind of something that I wanted to do. Is it worth it for me not to travel just to refuse to take the vaccine? Is the vaccine going to be that bad for me? So yeah, I don't believe in this whole mark of the beast idea. If you think that taking a vaccine is somehow going to cut you off from your salvation and damn you to hell for eternity, then I do see an issue with that. If you think that taking the vaccine might have side effects or something to make you sick and you're worried about that, I think that's totally legitimate. But I don't know. I've said before that these places that want you to wear a mask and they kind of enforce it, like my job, like Walmart. If you want to shop there, that you should comply. And I know that it's hard to shop anywhere because lots of places do it. And so I understand that. And this has happened since April, and it's crazy how much time has flown by, and I've had to wear a mask at work every time I shop places. When I go to gas stations and stuff, I don't. But, it does get on my nerve more over time. And what really upsets me too is I was under the foolish mindset that once a vaccine would come out, that this would kind of all end and we wouldn't have the shutdowns and we wouldn't have the masks. And maybe that'll happen slowly over time, but I'm starting to think that no. And I've had it in my mind for a while that how long will we have to wear masks at Walmart and stuff? And I'm thinking it might just go on forever because they've already enforced this. And I don't even know if vaccines are going to stop that. Or it would still take a while. And I think Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think my mind here. I'm sick of all the shutdowns. I'm sick of the fact that you can't really go to events and enjoy events like sports games or whatever, or even go to the theater. And I know some places are still open, but they might be limited to how many can go in, and you have to wear masks and stuff. Like, you might still be able to go to museums and stuff. There's stuff like that I'd like to do, that I'd like to take my mom to and enjoy together. And, whether they're open or not, even if they are open, it's kind of not the ideal setting that you would want to go. But eventually, if I want to take her someplace like that, I may have to, and just try to enjoy it as we can. But it really stinks. I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. I love going to wrestling shows. I don't want to go to them all the time or anything like that, but it's always nice to look and see their traveling schedule and say, okay, they're coming to Illinois at this time, so that's a possibility. And it's like, for months and months, it's just, everything's just out of possibility. It's just all shut down. There's a theater in my town that I went to once before all the shutdowns, and I enjoyed it, and I was like, I might start coming up here often. I might come up here every time they have a new movie, every month or whatever. And it's like, oh, that was taken away. And, I don't mind being a homebody, being at home a lot. I enjoy that, but I also enjoy the possibility of doing other things. And it's like, we haven't had that freedom for so long. And I don't know when we will. And I don't think that the vaccine's necessarily going to change that. But yes, I'd probably take the vaccine. I'm sure that I will. And another thing is some conspiracies about, besides the Mark of the Beast thing, if people think that the government or something is trying to make vaccines, to harm people or whatever, then why didn't they do it with other vaccines in history? And some people will say, well, they did. Well, okay, then I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of us have had them as kids. I'm sure that I've had vaccines, and I think that I'm, for the most part, fine. So it is what it is. But I just want to share that, my take on it, and I'm not going to be upset at people if they disagree with me, but I know there's a lot of people that are worried about it. And, it'll just be another thing to me. Just wait in line for a second, whatever, poke me, okay. I don't care, and move on with life, and hope and pray that all this stuff goes over with. But I don't know if there's anything else that I really wanted to say, but yeah, I'm getting sick of all this stuff. I am. I guess I'll just end it there. God bless.